Hello and welcome to Frank's School. Well, I'm going to still go on with day one in Lisbon. It's continued, 2015. What we did that day, remember the Hawklings had not slept that night. I don't know if I slept or not on the plane, maybe I did, but for 5 days I had a stiff neck. I had to turn my whole body like this. I can still feel it, and it's been 2 weeks. So we were a bit tired, but the plan was to go to these are not the most famous museums. This one by any means not in Lisbon. But the Water Museum is near the Tau, the Azulejo Museum, and I had wanted to see it for quite a while. I didn't know exactly what it was going to be. Well, it is a very different kind of beauty. It is beautiful of what's in there. There are 4 huge pumping engines that ran for 48 years straight, I think, to supply water to at least part of Lisbon. And they're an example of that 19th century engineering when they made things not just to be efficient, but while they were at it, they made them beautiful. Brass, beautiful castings. And so it is beautiful, but it is just so different. I compare it in my mind to Kew, near London. One time I was with students and they all were going their way and I had some free time. So I went out to Kew Garden, or Kew Gardens, it might be an S on here, Kew Gardens. And on the way back, I don't know exactly how I stumbled onto it, but there's a pumping station there that is, by now it's probably been completely restored, that supplied London with water, pumped up to a tower out of the Thames River. So in my mind I compare it. It's just very, very impressive. Now the Rouen, France was where the engines were built. And it'll sort of take care of itself. I don't know if I have to say very much about this. One thing though, I'll tell you about some mistakes I made. And I made some mistakes, we made some mistakes. One, when we got there, it wasn't open at that time. There was about a 2-hour middle of the day period where the museum was not open. So we were confronted with having to wait. Well, we went back down. There was a lot of climbing too. That was an issue. That was a problem because my companion, one of my 2 companions, Shirley, her knee was troubling her, and there was a lot of climbing. Lisbon is on a fairly steep bank beside the river. Well, anyway, we went back down to a restaurant that we'd gone by. And it had smelled good. Well, it was very much a local restaurant, and we had lunch there. And I think they would agree that of all the places, all the restaurants we went in, and we didn't go in that many because we were traveling inexpensive, that was probably the most fun. Partly because it was just so local. It was not for tourists. I think most of the people in there were dock workers because it was down there by the dock. And that's where... I mean, they were talking about us. You could tell they were because there were tourists there, and they were laughing and having fun. And that's where we learned to say chin chin instead of prost or cheers when you drink. I'd ask, what do you say in Portuguese when you toast somebody? Chin chin. It was fun. That was a fun time. Then we went back up and saw the Water Museum. So I hope you enjoy it. See you tomorrow.